Alright, let's fucking get it, boys. Let's get it, get it. Jasmine, where are you at? Wrong fight, this one. I think we left this cooked. I mean, yeah. Okay, hold on. Who's after Janine? Maybe Janine, right? And then be Sabrina, I'm guessing? That's right here, cool. So we've done Erica, we've done Janine, so the next one will be Sabrina. Wow. Fucking suck it, Jim, right before the steel one. What the fuck's going on? I don't even know. That's pretty shit. Is that literally Blang's team? That's some actual dog shit, brother. And literally just ran White Herb on all 3 ones. What? I guess it's for overheat, overheat, and overheat. Okay, radio then, buddy. Not even had any items on Sabrina. Airlay jump off though of U-turn, leech seed, sunny day, and Giga Drain is kind of cracked. But the sad part is it doesn't even have a move that would be utilizing Airlay anyway. Like what, dude? It's fucking weird shit, man. Like what are they thinking? Game Freak, what are you doing to me, brothers? All right, so next up is Sabrina, because we did Janine's other fight. Well, so you got her rematch, which is this one. Her first fight for Kanto was pretty dog shit. And then at the moment, her optional is probably the hardest. But we don't even know if we're going to get to Kanto yet. We'll see. Okay, so we want to do... with the next Mickey fight. So with this one here. Because we got Erica, which is optional in Route 38. We got Janine, who's an optional in Sandwood. So we'll change this Mickey here. So this one here, I'm going to change this to Sabrina. Right, so now we're going to change. Create team of 6. Because you've got to keep in mind that I've essentially done Jasmine's team, but then I still have the trainers in Jasmine's gym, which I'll probably just have 2 doubles because the gym's too small to make it any, you know, trickier. And then we'll just have to maybe put Janine somewhere. But the thing is you're going to walk past, not Janine, sorry, Sabrina. You're going to walk past Sabrina. So I got to put her in a position that it's obvious to see her. And I'll put a flag to make her appear so you don't actually see her until you beat Chuck. So she'll come out of nowhere and she'll just appear in Olivine City, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, for now, I think everything else is pretty good for Jasmine's team. We'll just leave it there and we'll come back to it and tweak it more if we need to. But I think just adding the utility and Scammer is really nice. Alright, so I've set everything up, everything's live streaming, Kick's working, YouTube is working. Cool. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah. So I can even do Sabrina now. I mean, I might as well just get it right away. This is gonna be the hardest team to cook. I'm having the optional there, and then doing the trainers, which means it'd be pretty cool to be able to play all the way up to Jasmine. It's like 6 gym badges. It's pretty fucking crazy, man. Then we pretty much just got Price and Claire, and then we're pretty much at E4. It's pretty crazy, man. Not gonna lie. I might have a playable game. All right, so let's look at how do I want to do this. I haven't made any changes to Little Mons for a while, but we'll do this one as now, Sabrina. Right, so Sabrina optional fight needs to be finalized. So we're going to do the gym leaders at Olivine City. All right, so. Also, the team consists of things like Wobbuffet, Jinx, Mr. Mime, Espion, Alakazam. We got a little more to play with now. There's this one. What's our team? Alakazam, Mr. Mime, Espion. So we could say like Alakazam could maybe one of our staple ones still. We could probably run maybe Mega Alakazam as the ace, maybe. Alakazam. Pretty sure. Wait, there is a Mega Alakazam, right? Or am I just tripping balls? No, it's right there. Species Mega Alakazam. Alakazam. Mega Slowbro gets Shalamam. Should attack on Gengar. Alakazam just gets Trace? Is that it? Really? Mega Alakazam has none, so it just gets trashed. That's pretty fucking dog shit, not gonna lie. Okay, so just put it them. Is that the item? Is that what it's actually called? Alakazamite. Oh, it's just called Alakazite. So it's A-L-A-K-A Zot. Oops. Alakazite. Interesting. Alakazite. Alakazite. Alright, I mean, that could be a starter, I guess, right? Is there anything else that would take would knock him off his perch? Pretty strong though, like 175 special attack, 150 speed, like he's gonna fucking hit like a truck, dude. He's gonna hit like really hard. But I guess the problem is you can't run Sash, but it should come in for free. It should never switch on Alakazam. So the idea is that you just come in, you Mega, and you're gonna do some serious damage, right? I mean, like, I could look at other things, like, I feel like Mewtwo is a bit stupid, but, like, I've looked at, like, people have been running things like Zeora and shit like that, like, I don't like to do this, but, like, I just like to refer back to, like, other hard ROMs and kind of see what they did at these points of the game. So, like, Brawly, Split on Run and Bun, you know, they're chilling, they got a Roxanne Split. You got Zygarde 10%, so they've already chucked in like a legendary, but it's not like crazy. That's a rock gym. I didn't realize Zygarde he's not, is he? Same in Bishop. Interesting. Watson split. So you got Mega Ampharos. Maybe I'm not like skying the game up fast enough. Norman. Because you got like Mega Pidgeot, Meloetta. Maybe I'm not like ramping this fucking game up fast enough, dude. Maraka Lowella, you got Charizard Mega Y with Drought. Entei. Am I being too soft here with like Mega Otarium, you got Shaman Sky, Celestia, Volcarona, like fuck. Tantalizum. Dude's got Metagross, Megam, Latias, Tapu Lele, Hooper Unbound, Hooper, Zoroark, Latias, Mega, and Zelf. Yo, what's up, comrade? How you doing, man? Maybe I'm not up in my ante a bit. I don't think the optionals are meant to be super strong, though. Like, I think running the Mega with, like, some solid Psychic types is probably fine. But I think maybe my Jasmine fight's a little bit too weak, maybe? I just don't know if, like do we want to resort to running Megas? Not Megas, like mythicals and legendaries to justify like gym leaders? Or is that the only way to make the game hard? Like, because you look at like Juan, you've got Sneasler, Glalie Mega, Caldeum, Salamence, Basculegion, and a Glastrier. Like, that's fucking cracked for stats. Glade Mega, Gardevoir Mega, Lucario Mega. Just to kind of get an idea. Not my opinion. Wait, what do you mean, not in your opinion? Are you saying that... Have you played Run and Bun, comrade? I can't remember if you said, because you've played Kaizo, and I don't think Kaizo went to this degree, did it? I think Kaizo is hard, but they never put, like Megas in normal fights, or they never put, like, Legendaries in Gym Leader fights, stuff like that, right? I don't think so, anyway. So, like, E4, I understand you're going to go all out. So, I don't have an issue necessarily with E4 as such. No, I have not. I'm just looking at docs for, like, Run and Bun, and I'm trying to, like... I'm just unsure if my game is, like... I think it's going to be hard, but it's like, is it going to be hard that people are going to want to play it hard? Or is it just going to be... Like, I need to up the ante a little bit and include mons that are like plus 600 BST more or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm still trying to be somewhat thematic. You know what I mean? So if I give you like Jasmine, for example, like to me, I feel like that's a pretty strong team at that point of the game. Like things like Magnezone, Goldango, Skarmory, Empoleon, Duraludon, Steelix. But it's kind of also like, is it too weak? Do I need to be running things that are like fucking busted as shit? Like if you go to like Steel types. We just go total BST. Like, should I be running like a Metagross on Jasmine? You get what I'm saying? Like Mega Metagross instead? That's like 700 BST at the 6th gym though. Like, is that something that people can actually deal with? Because like Mega Steelix is like 610, but it's also slow, right? It's thematic to Jasmine, but it's like... Because like I've obviously taken away the main thematic mon that makes Chuck Chuck. And replace it with, like, which is why I've got Anarlip and Poliwrath. I feel like my teams look pretty solid still, but it's like, I don't know, I'm doubting myself a little bit. Like, I could have ran like a Mega Steelix. Like, instead of Duraludon, should I be running like Archaludon? Is that something that, like 600 BST? Like, should I be running something like that instead? Because, like, Duraludon's only like 535. I just thought maybe like 535, but then Eviolite gives you like 100 special defense, and your defense is like fucking cracked, which is more than what the Archaludon gives you. But the only difference is that Archaludon is like obviously You'd still get better defenses, better special defense with Eviolite Duraludon, but you just wouldn't have the you're like 5 minus its special attack. You got the same speed, but you have like 20 less HP. Just stick with the Pokemon that are stronger for the gym's character. Do you by any chance have Emerald Kaizo's teams? Because I'm just trying to like scale best I can. I think Run and Bun's like fucking next level shit. You know what I'm saying? I want my game to be hard. I just don't know if I want it to be like Run and Bun hard. But then the thing is Run and Bun's what everyone plays. Everyone, like, I want to be able to attract an audience of people that want to play my game. Yeah, I don't want to just put all this effort into something and then just be like, oh, no one wants to play it. It was a waste of time, you know? I want to make something that's great, but, you know, everyone wants to play it. Look at this dude. Choice Bandit with Liquidation or Flip Turn. Fuck, Jesus. Kyogre Primal. It's crazy, man. Elite Four Drake has a Crawdont there, though. I'm curious to see if there is docs for, I don't know where I'd find that, though. Actually, I might be in a Discord. Hold up a second. If I go to... whose Discord would have it? It'd be in, what's his name? Did you like the difficulty level of Kaizo, Comrade? What was it? It was Emerald Kaizo, wasn't it? Did you say it was Emerald Kaizo from memory? Alright, we got Emerald Kaizo. If I go to pins. Here we go. You can move changes, you get lens sets, master sheet. 2021, this is old. Oh, so this is like, holy fuck, this is... Wait, is this literally the EK? This is just how it's fucking, what? How am I meant to find... Oh, here we go, detailed trainer docs. Let's go to like, what would be like 6 gyms? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like Winona sort of level. What sort of team are you versing at Winona? Shit, you're still versing Moltres and stuff. You're still versing fucking... I think my game's not as hard as I think it's meant to be. These dudes have Moltres, fucking Flygon, Articuno, Zapdos, and Aerodactyl at Winona. Hold up a second. Hold up. I think we need to recook our teams. Leader Norman, Sucking with Truant. Espeon, Kangaskhan, Swellow, Taurus, Snorlax. That's respectable. So they obviously haven't gone down the Mega route. What do you got here? Flannery, Blaziken, Typhlosion, Castform, Ninetales. So you got a few different starters in here. Because obviously starters have a high BST. What about Watson? And then Trick, Ampharos, Raichu, Lantern. Like if you look at... like honestly, it depends. Like let's have a look at say like Winona, right? We look at... Okay, let's go Tantalizer. Tantalizer is like Latias, Latios, Gardevoir, Medicham. But they're level 70, so there must be a lot of fights for the level cap to be quite high, you know? I think it's just going to take a lot of playtesting in my game to kind of really find the balance, because like right now I'm going to have like an optional, then you're going to go from 48 to like 6 levels would be 54 as the next cap. And then after that, that's price. So it'll be 54 for a price, and then it'll be the 60 for Elite Claire. So then Elite 4 is about 66 or something. Yeah, I'm finding a lot of these harder games. E4 is like fucking level 100. Lapras, Kingdra, Lantern, Ludicolo, Prime. Like, this is cool. Like, they haven't gone down, like, the legendary route for this gym, but, like, Taint Liza is, like, Latios and Jirachi. Like, what? And you got, like, Metagross, Dami. This is the E4 now. Like, E4, I'm happy to go ham, but... The other thing too with my level scaling as well is that, like, I have to consider about I got to consider if I want to play Kanto. If I make the if I do the cap too low, too high too early, then there's no room for me to be able to do Kanto, right? Because I got 2 regions to play with. They have alternate Cosmo in the post game. It's all right. I think we just cook a little bit. Tantalize them. Like, I think my teams look respectable on paper, right? And I think it's kind of like, does it take more skill to beat a team that synergizes well together, or do you need to just chuck into, like, the highest BS team bonds of that typing to be able to, like, you know? That's what I'm kind of getting at. Like, is Archelodon the play here? Over Duraludon instead, you know? All right, let's just, let's try and cook a Psychic team, I guess. Because, like, if we're going to go then the Psychic route, right? You know, you can do things like fucking... I can say this gym, like, this is an optional battle, so I don't really want to run a Mega Metagross in an optional, but it's like... I don't know, man. You could run, like... Mega Gardevoir right here if you really wanted. Because you got, like, what, Price? And then you have... Who's after that? Price and then Claire. So there's no Psychic-oriented stuff until E4, unless you were to, say, run... like Mega Gardevoir on E4 or something. But then you got like Mega Glade as an option as well. You got Mega Metagross as well. There's a lot to play with. You run things like Celebi. I just felt like Melika Alakazam is like 600 and it was kind of, you know. Yeah, that's what I mean, comrade. It's like, I feel like building a team that is revolved around strong ones, but they complement each other is, I think, more rewarding to beat it than to just beat a team that's got like fucking Deoxys and Jirachi and Latios in it and just chucking like the highest beast team mods in there because yes, you naturally know that they're hard to beat, but it's kind of like, I don't know, man. Is that like the gym leader kind of optional gym leader vibe that you want? I feel like maybe hitting E4, you could go crazy with shit like that. You can keep all your really strong busted stuff to like the end, like your Mega Metagrosses, and go right. I'm trying to think, fuck, E4 is at the moment. Like, what's E4 in this game? It'd be, let me have a look. So Elite 4. So Elite 4, you've got Will. So that's a Psychic Gym Leader. Like, there's all the Psychic options you can put for Will. You've got Koga. So, like, you have, I don't know if there's much on the side of Poison for... Well, there you go. You got fucking Eternatus if you really want to go crazy. You know, you got things... I've just, like, standard Eternatus. You know, you got, like, Pekka, like, all these newer generation. You got Mega Gengar, could be the A's. Then you go to, say, the Fighting type Bruno. So then Bruno comes in. You've got, like, Zamazenta, like, Koraidon. Fuck. You know, like, there's a lot more options. And you got Karen. So you got the Dark type. You've left Yveltal in the pool. You've left things like you got Darkrai, Mega Houndoom, like Roaring Moon even. If I can get Roaring Moon to work, that's another guy I can chuck into Karen's fight. Like, I'm happy to use things like Paradox Mons and Galarian Moltres and stuff like that, but I feel like that's all the shit's kind of like Victory Road / E4. Personally, And then after Elite Four Karen, you've got what was it, Champion, I'm guessing? Be Champion. So Champion Lance, which is like that's his what's his normal team he runs? Yeah, so Champion Lance runs because you verse it E4 twice, right? Is that the first one you verse it though? It must be the first one you verse it. So he runs like Bagara 3 Dragonites, an Aerodactyl, and a Zard. Like you go look at dragon types at this point in the game. Like you could run fucking Mega Salamence as your ace if you really wanted to. You could run like Latios and Latias if you wanted. You could run some really crazy shit like Chomp, whatever. It's like leaving those options for the end game gives you like a really crazy E4. But I feel like it's, I don't know, I just don't want to like I want to make the game hard, but at the same time I don't want to make it ridiculously stupid to play. But if people enjoy that, then maybe I'm doing this wrong, you know? Who knows? I guess we'll find out. The game's too hard, then I have to, easy, I have to fucking revamp it and, you know. I just think having the variety of Pokemon is what's going to draw people in. So you're not just going, oh, well, I've only got Gens 1 to 4. I've got Gens 1 to 9, and I have the opportunity for Megas and stuff. It's like, it's a big deal, you know? So let's have a look. So we got Alakazam. Who's someone else we want to run? You can use take inspiration from the rematch scenes to the E4 and maybe have like, oh, the rematch scenes for like Will and stuff. Yeah, let's have a look at Will, for example. What is it? Elite form. So if you gotta say Bruno. That's his normal team, and then Elite 4 Bruno afterwards. Like, you could definitely do some shenanigans here. You could take, like, you could keep his Lucario, but just give him, like, Mega Lucario or something. Maybe just, like, swap out some of these basic sort of fighting types, sort of, like, lower speed team, put in some really strong ones. Is the engine you are working with able to do runtime randomization? Runtime? I think you can randomize and stuff like that, but I'd have to probably... I mean, you'd have to have a look, dude. I'm not too tuned into the randomization side of things, but... Why is that, Mose? How you doing today anyway, buddy? So let's say that's Bruno. Let's have a look at Will. So that's... sorry, that's Will's... what do you call it, team? Rematch team. So you could run, like, you know, Mega God of War as Ace. You know, you can run some other shenanigans. Like, Grumpig in my game technically is a fairy Psychic type, so it's kind of cool. But yeah. You kind of want to, like, pay homage to the original game and, like, make the game hard as fuck at that point of the game. But you also want to, like I've had such a big Pokemon pool that it's kind of like... Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Like, look at the rematch team for Bugsy, man. Like, Sizal, fucking Ninja with Toxic, Wonder Guard, your Mega Pinsir Heracross. Vespiquen is kind of cool, man. Zatu. Yeah, Zatu's really cool too. Like, Zatu's, well, see, that's another thing too. I got a Psychic Gym right now. Can we chuck Zatu into this next one? Hold up a second. Let's have a look. What have I got? Let's cook the Sabrina fight. Let's have a look at Sabrina. Yeah. Let's just, instead of getting off path, like, we could look at things like without going too crazy, just think of some things like, we don't want to go all the same generation. We got like Zatu, like Zam. What if I was to go like that? Kind of want to look at BST though, because at this point in the game, we do want them to be kind of higher. So like, I'd probably say like nothing under 500, unless it's decent. Like, Gothitelle, you could argue could be in this fight simply because it's a Psychic Dark type in this game, not just Psychic. So it has some strong, it's got some cool shit going on. I've already used the Trick Room thing though, which kind of sucks. I used the Trick Room thing with the Ghost Gym. Alakazam is obviously thematic to Sabrina, but we could still use things like... Hisuian Bravery is really nice. 510. I've already used Gallade, but I could use something like God of War, but then I kind of feel like it's not as good if you can't run it as a Mega. Could run something like Frigoraph, which is also like a Trick Room strat. I mean, there's no harm in me running like another Trick Room strat too, I guess. Like the Ghost Gym is like 2 gyms ago. This is an optional fight too, so it's not the main gym. But you could run like Frigoraph with like Trick Room, which can obviously synergize with Gothitelle. You could have like 3 Trick Roomers and 3 Fast Mons. You know, I got things like Armorage I think I can work with, Delphox. Yeah, there's a few different things we can do, okay? I'm doing good there, most dude. What's your plans for today, mate? I just got that because it's always a funny way to make stuff. Oh, so you want to make it replayable so you can, like, randomize it so you can play it again? True, that is true. So let's have, okay, well, let's cook. Like, we want to put some Pokemon from different generations. We'll say, I think Gothitelle's Gen 6, maybe? Alakazam's 1, Xatu's Gen 2. Who are we missing? Like, what's Gen 3? Why is this not in, what's that other website that I use? Is it Cerebi? I kind of want to look at Pokemon in their generations. No, so it's... what's it fucking called? Here it is, this one here. So what's good about this is that you can go types and go psychic. So we got Alakazam. Gen 2, we've got Xatu. Gen 3, so we haven't picked one from Gen 3 yet. Like, I'm just trying to see if I can, like, build a team with just, like, a mixture of monsters from different generations. So obviously Gothitelle this from Gen 5. So we could do something like, I think I've already used Melamar. Melamor's not that great. I could use something like Delphox. Like, this is like just a rough cook. This is not like set in stone yet. I mean, we could obviously run Mega Delphox, which is fucking sick, but I don't have the shit in the game yet. And then for Gen 7, you could run something like, there's not really much in Gen 7 though, it's kind of dog shit. Gen 8, like you could run like a Hatterini. Which is why I thought like the Trick Room strategy would be kind of cool. We didn't do Gen 3 though, you could do like... You've got a few options. Metagross is kind of up there, but it's like 600 BST. Medichamp's only good if it's Megid. I mean, you could argue that you could just run Gardevoir, I guess, but... Grumpig 470. Just run a Latias, fuck it. Gothitelle's Gen 5, Smogon. Yeah, I was thinking Smogon, but no, it's Showdown shows you, like, it puts them in their generations, because sometimes I'm just a bit special and trying to remember stuff. I mean, Gen 4, we never did Gen 4, even though I'm not a big fan of Gen 4. Something like Cresselia would be kind of cool at this point in the game. It's 580, but I wouldn't say it's broken. It's definitely strong. I could even make this a double battle as well to change things up, because we've done a lot of single battles for a while. What if we did that? What if we go like a double battle? Can we like cook something? So I can't put double battle in there because it's gonna fucking mess everything up. That's fine. Why does it do that for, man? Okay. You do a triple battle? I don't know if triple battles are implemented in the engine. I don't think they are, but I mean, probably the easiest way to find out would be... I mean, I don't know if they would implement it simply because it's not a feature in HeartGold. Got trick? No, there's nothing for tripling config, so I'm going to assume not. I don't know if I'm like, if I was playing Gen 6 or something like that, yeah, I definitely would want to look at, you know, that sort of stuff, but Yeah, okay. So what could you do here? Like, let's just say, like, is Cresselia slow? It's 85. Are you going to change the story in any way? I haven't really looked into that as such yet, so most of the stuff I've done to the game Comrade has mostly been encounter changes. Obviously, I've remade some of the maps to include grass encounters in the early parts of the game in certain towns. So you can get a grass encounter in, say, not Cherry Grove City, Violet City. You can get a grass encounter in Cherry Grove. You can get a grass encounter in Violet City. You can get a grass encounter in Azalea Town. So I've definitely increased the grass encounters in the early game. I just kind of haven't done it for a little while because I've been just concentrating on trying to get like a base game release to get people to play it and then see if I'm in the right direction. And if I'm not in the right direction, then I can tweak shit more. Oh, there's too many encounters. I can remove, you know, because I can put the grass in the game now without actually modifying the maps. I can just add it as a building, and that's kind of cool. So yeah. I mean, this is kind of cool. What if we were to do something like... What is that to? What can I do with you? It's like 470. Have I given you a buff, actually? Did I buff you in any way? Because that's the other thing, too. If I feel like a mon requires some buffing, I'll buff them, you know? Early bird synchronized. I don't think I've changed any of your stats, though, have I? That's one thing I do is I kind of... Nah, so I haven't buffed you. Is that to a mon that would, like, require buffing? Like, could I maybe, like, boost it to, say, 500 BST and make it more viable, I guess? Because that's something I can do. Yeah, you could just, like, you could do something like... Because that's my problem, though, is if, like, I keep buffing stuff, there's no real progression between psychic types or any type going up. You have like all your good, like you'll have all the good Pokemon over 500, you know what I mean? But let's say yeah, I've already buffed Hooded Noctowl. I'll show you, bro. See if you like my change. Hold up. But they are no longer what you think they are. You're going to be a bit shocked. So Noctowl and Hoodoo to my game are actually Ghost Flying types, motherfuckers. They are now Hoodoo 285, Noctowl is 470. They have Insomnia, Prankster as their normal abilities, and then they have Tinted Lens as their HA. So now they have a mixture of like you know, psychic ghost type moves and flying type moves as they progress. So they can be very strong. I mean, the dude gets fucking Moongeist Beam at 71 and Freezing Glare from Articuno at like 67. That's pretty late game though, but I don't know if you're going to use these sort of things in late game because it's a 470 BST mon. But yeah, it's quite strong. So I've done some typing changes of things that I think the typing suits them more. Another reason too for Noctowl is that like, yeah, you can just give it a straight buff, but then you're like stepping on like Zatu's feet. You're stepping on, because it's in the same generation as well, right? So it's like not really viable. So this is something that I've calculated a very long time ago. So this is way before you even come in, comrade. We did typing changes to things that I think justify their typing change, so it wasn't too far-fetched. I've looked at lore on Cerebi and other Pokemon websites to kind of justify why I've given them certain typing changes. Understood what sort of Pokemon they are. What are they based off? Like, are they based off a rodent? Are they based off a bird? Like, you know, like it's taken into a lot of different things into account. Looked at their movement pool, so the moves pool. So like things like Ferret, to me, like its color palette, a lot of the things they talk about with Ferret and whatnot. You could argue that it could be like a normal ground type because of how it digs trenches and tunnels and stuff. But I think the fairy typing kind of suits it more. And it does generally, on its move pool, it already gets access to things like Covet, which is a fairy type move, and Play Rough. So I've kind of like kept it quite thematic, and I mean, adaptability speed, which is kind of cracked. But for a 430 BST mod, it's never going to be like a mid-late game, but it's going to be really strong like the early mid game, you know. But yeah, I haven't buffed things to the shithouse, but I've definitely buffed a lot of stuff, and stuff that I think needed buffing. I've definitely made some changes, but I've just kind of had a break because like at one point I was just buffing and nerfing, or I wouldn't say I've nerfed anything yet. I haven't got to that stage, but just anything that was kind of dog shit, I just gave it a mad, like, I wouldn't say a mad buff, but I've given it a decent buff, like, and like I've kind of, I wouldn't say mimicked, but I've looked at other games that I think they've done cool things, like Water Steel Kinglarm, Gramble Fairy fighting. Yeah, well, look, a dumb thing for me is like, obviously, have you ever played Vintage White? So Vintage White is inspiration, but Vintage White, one thing that didn't sit well with me is they made Pidgey, the Pidgeot line, a fucking electric flying type. And like, no discredit to the developer who made the game, but I'm like, dude, this guy is, unless you just literally change its palette and make it more yellow and you actually gave it some features to kind of signify that it's electric type, I could never see it being electric flying. So in my game, it's normal flying still. However, I have given it things like Gal Wings. I think that really suits it. I've looked at the lore on Pidgeot. I've looked at like what it does in the Pokemon universe, etc. And I feel like to make it decent, things like Wind Rider and Gal Wings make it a lot stronger, which is why I've done that to it. I've kept its typing as normal flying, and then I've just revamped its pool. So like it already had access to things like Heat Wave, Hurricane, and shit like that. So now you have a Mon. I've increased its BST as well. So now you might be able to actually utilize Pidgeot or Pidgeotto in the game and not feel like you've just got some dead weight in the box, because it'll have things like, in my opinion, Pidgeot is very strong, and it kind of utilizes wind to its advantage, which is why it's got Wind Rider, and which is why it's got moves like Icy Wind. It has things like Tailwind. It has Heat Wave, because they're all wind moves. So that's how I justified making the Pidgeot line the way it is, and not doing dumb shit like electric flying or something that doesn't suit the Pokemon. Like, it has to kind of make sense. Like Sunflora is a grass fire type because it talks about how the intense sunlight that it draws in, and like, I understand it doesn't have any fire aspects to it, but the Pokemon itself already has access to things like Flamethrower and Fire Blast in the base games. So giving it the fire type and buffing its stats a little bit, now you have a Pokemon that's not complete dog shit. And now it's got a HA of Drought because, well, like I said, Drought really synergizes with its lore in regards to like how it talks about taking in intense sun rays and blah, blah, blah. And obviously can use that as a fire to its advantage. And it's a pretty common typing change. But yeah, you get the idea. That's what I've done. They talk about like the Husk on Parasect that's technically fucking dead. So instead of giving it a 4 times weakness of Bug Grass, I believe, and you can see its fucking eyes, if that's not dead, I don't know what is. I think Bug Ghost really suits it. Thick Fat, Technician, etc, etc. So as you can see, I've done some things, the Pokemon that usually don't get used or don't get picked, and made subtle changes to try and make them stronger. Like, I haven't gone in and just gotten a Cricketune and gone, you know what, I'm going to give this thing 500 BST. Yeah, it's been buffed, but now it synergizes more with what it's based around. It's a conductor. It's based off a conductor, right? Which is why it has moves like Sing. It's got Snarl. It's got Bug Buzz, Hyper Voice, Screech. They're all like Sparkling Area. I know it seems far-fetched as a water type move, but a conductor would be able to control music or singing or whatever with its, you know, and that's why it has Punk Rock as its HA now. So this is another Pokemon I've, you know, given some buffs to, you know. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of what I've done with a lot of these Pokemon. You know, like Hypno's dark as fuck, so I don't know why it was only a psychic type, but now you've got, you know, that's another one I could use too, Hypno. Have I used Hypno in any of the gyms yet? Probably not, right? Is Hypno something I'd want to use here? It's like 490 BST. It kind of steps on Gothitel's feet a little bit though, but I mean, I've buffed Gothitelle too. Let's have a look at Gothitelle. Where's Gothitelle? Gothitelle, here it is. So Gothitelle now has Magic Bounce, Competitive, Shadow Attack. It's a little bit strong. But it's now Psychic Dark type, so it is 4 times weak to Bug. And obviously enabling some of these other Pokemon like these guys, you might think, oh, that's really strong. But guess what? Now, when you catch a Bug type Pokemon, like Low Kicks or something, guess what? It's actually useful because you think, oh, Bug types are usually pretty shit in late games. You know, most people just generally want to run like your core Water types, whatever. But yeah, Gothitelle is now good, but then now Bug types in this game will be a lot better because you'll have a lot of Pokemon that are like weak to Bug because I've made things like Gothitelle Psychic Dark, Hypno Psychic Dark. So now Bug types are going to become more viable. So shit that was kind of crap before is now going to be better because of the changes I've made to other Pokemon, you know. So that goes kind of hand in hand. Dude, HeartGold Generations made Masquerain a Bug Water. I think I did the same, man. I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure I did the same. I don't think I've changed it in here. But if I go to... like, if there's a common typing change, I've probably done it. Yeah, I have. Look. Right there. Bug Water. Because, dude... I mean, yes, it's a bug. But it's like, dude, it's a fucking... like, Bug Water is way better. It drops its 4 times weakness to Rock. You can now get off things like Intimidate, Stab Water, and it's move pool naturally. Like, if you look at... I haven't even changed it, but I'm pretty sure if you look it up. Masquerain has... like, it has Bubble, Water Sports. Like, it naturally... and I think it's just, like, its egg moves. Like, it does naturally get, like, water moves anyway. Look at this. TMs, like Water Pulse, Waterfall. I'm pretty sure, like, in later generations, it gets access to things like Scold and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's kind of how I justified it as well. I think that is a really good... oh, this is Surskit. Like, Surskit gets things like fucking... so I just seen Hydro Pump. Yeah, look, it's got Hydro Pump as an egg move. Yeah. Hold on. So Masquerain's pretty good as a flying type. The water would make it lose its Quiver Dance, Air Slash, and Bug Buzz niche. So you'd still get off the Bug Buzz. It's still stab Bug Buzz. Yeah, you lose your Air Slash, I guess. Quiver Dance is still... I mean, it's still there. It's still efficient on it. I mean, obviously, that's not a change I've set in stone yet. Anything that I've done in this file on the left here is a Pokemon change, and it's me telling the viewers that that's what I've done. I've made the change in Mondata, but that means I haven't actually made it set in stone yet because it's not on this side. So, yes, I've changed it in-game, and obviously, this is... feedback I need from people because the thing is that Bug Water... okay, well, give me an example. Let's look at this is how I also look at shit, right? I go into... where are we looking? I want to go into Marylanders. This is how I work stuff out, right? So who's another Bug Water type? I think Galiciapod is. So Galiciapod as a Bug Water type, right? So you're now neutral to fire, you're weak to electric, you're weak to flying, and you're weak to rock. So you lose your 4 times weakness to rock, right? You're still weak to flying, so that's fine, whatever. And you still keep your electric weakness because you're going from flying to water, right? But now you gain a resistance to water. You're no longer weak to fire. Let me think. You are no longer 4 times weak to rock. You have a resistance to steel. So, like, I think the typing Bug Water is a little bit nicer. Like, if you look at... well, let's just look at Masquerain. So, Masquerain side by side. So, this is Masquerain. So, this is a bug flying type. So, you're weak to fire. You're weak to electric. Okay, you quad resist grass. And you quad resist fighting. You have an immunity to ground, which I guess is okay. You're still weak to flying. You're still weak to ice, but ice is not as common, I guess, right? So like having water is very common, so having like resistance to water is decent. Okay, losing your immunity kind of sucks, but you're still resisting it. You're losing your 4 times weakness, which is nice. You basically pick up a resistance in steel. You lose a resistance in bug. You lose an immunity, but you gain a resistance still. You're still resistant to fighting. You do lose your... That one's kind of big with grass, though. Losing your quad resistance to... That's fucking weird. How do you lose a quad resistance to grass? Oh, because of water. Right. Yeah, I know it's clearly fine. I know. But it's like... The way I interpret it as well is that it's a fucking bug that literally lives on the water. Like, if you look at Surskit, you know... I mean, the other alternative, too, is you could run, like, water flame, but then it doesn't really suit water flame because it's a bug. You know? So, I don't know. We will see, but, like, that's kind of my thought process. It's never... Yeah, I see what you mean. So, I guess, like, you gain, like, what? A water stab now? You lose your flying stab. You still have bug. I just really like the fact that you lost your 4 times weakness. It kind of sucks that you lose an immunity and a quad resistance, but you never, like, how often are you going to use those quad resistances when switching in? Like, having, like, this is a better typing across the board than this one is. Yo, what's up, Zezzy? What's going on, Zezzy boy? But anyway, we can come back to that. How you doing today, ma'am? So if we were to, let's just say we were to run something like this. Let's say Cresselia is probably at the end, because Cresselia is the highest BST. Then you got Delphox here, probably. Like, if we were to cook something like that, you'd got Xatu, Psychic Flang, Psychic Dark, Psychic Fairy, Psychic Fire, Neutral Psychic, Neutral Psychic. So Cresselia is like, whatever. I don't have to run it, but I just kind of thought it'd be nice to put something a little bit stronger in there. The only other option we could do if we weren't looking that high is maybe something like... I mean, you could do something like Executor, I guess. Weird is also another good shout. Weird is always quite nice. Could do Frigoraph still, and have maybe an option, like, let's have a look at Frigoraph for, Far G-I-R-F. You could do something like that. Oh, shit. You do something like that and have, like, a mixed kind of, like, Trick Room team / Speedy team. Someone that can set up screens. You've got, like, 2 mons that can set up Trick Room, or 3, technically. And then, you know, raining all day, every day here. Damn, well, the good thing is school's closed for a few days. Oh, nice. Why is there so much rain going on, bro? What's going on with you? So, like, Bravey Hisui would be, like, a slightly better option to Xatu, but then... I mean, what generation is Xatu from? Sorry, Bravery. Technically, it's from Gen 9, right? Gen 8. Why is it not coming up? Well, they're saying it's Gen 5, but it's technically not. It's technically Gen 7. I mean, 8, because of the Hisui. I don't know, man. Someone used bloody Rain Dance, I guess. Someone used Rain Dance, he says. I mean, is that something... It's kind of cool. 510. Would you run it over Xatu, though? I mean, it's Gen 5, so it's kind of here. I don't want to have, like, 2 of the same Pokemon in typings. I think it's technically Gen 8, which is kind of like Hatterini's role. CS Powerful is really cool too from Gen 9, if I can get that to work. What I should do, actually, I need to check if sprites have been made. I mean, I hope the rank goes away pretty soon, bro. It sounds pretty crazy, man, not gonna lie. And what I'm looking for, so Frigoraph. Is it even on the list? I wish this was separated in fucking sections. Fatty? Fatty? It's not searching it up properly, man. Why is it doing that for? Why can I not find shit in this fucking document, dude? I'm just gonna have to manually look for it. Okay, so photograph is them. Front, back, overworld, and icon. So I guess we could use it still. Like these newer generations, I don't really know much about, you know. What's another one? Bravery, history. It's kind of weird that you can't search for it though. It is. So Bravery Historian is done. So that's something we could use in battle. That'll be kind of cool. Decisions, man. The new region's about to be based on Indonesia, is it? I thought it was like Indonesia, but it was like kind of creeping into the top part of Australia, like in Darwin sort of area. I could go the opposite here and go for like some Tailwind strat. What do you guys reckon? Run like Bravery Hisui like that? Or do we run a Zatu? I just don't know if Zatu's that strong. If I leave it the way it is. Like I could maybe buff it a little bit, make it more like 500 BST with magic bounce. I don't think it really does a lot. Yo, I seen some shit and it looked like the top of Australia as well, but like the bottom of Indonesia, I guess. Actually, what we could do, what am I doing, bro? I can literally run, I've already got a bit of a strategy going. I could run, what's his name? Is it Gen 5? No. Indeedy, that's what I'm looking for. I could run something with like Psychic Surge. Yeah, I could run like a DDF, Psychic Surge, and do like some Psychic Surge strategy maybe. Oh no, did I already use Alolan Rachum? Fuck. Oh no, it doesn't matter. He works on electric terrain. Yeah, so I got like Lieutenant Surge with electric terrain. See, that's the other thing too, is I kind of went away from the thematic stuff. Like Misty's kind of got Drizzle going on. Surge has got electric surge. Erica. What did I do for Erica? I didn't really do much for Erica, did I? It's kind of sad. Erica. I know Erica went the grassy surge. That's right. Grass pot and good goat. Electric gem, stuff like that. And then, so after that, who was that? Janine, right? Fucking theme did I do for Janine? I don't think I even cooked a good theme up for her. I didn't do anything. I just did like a, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Maybe I should leave Glamora and go for some sort of like toxic strat. I mean, I kind of already did with like the things like Venoshock Toxic. I've got Toxic Debris. I could lead with Glamora instead. What do you think about that, chat? Lead with Glamora instead of Crobat. And kind of revolve around maybe getting poisoned. Like Venoshock on this guy. Like everyone's got opportunity for poison. Because like the other guys are all like surges. We got like Electric Surge. We got fucking Grassy Surge. I feel like this Psychic one, I could definitely run like a Psychic Surge strat. What would be the... Who actually has that stuff? Psychic. Yeah. There we go. Psychic Surge. So yeah, it's literally in DDF. I'd have to run it. I think I swap him around, I'm going to be honest. Leading Glamora is a bit better too, right? I think that's a bit better because we can get off the Toxic Debris. Someone can't just like one-shot us lead with a ground type. They're going to have to hit us. I'll run Spiky Shield. Crobat can always come in for free and you turn if it's not safe. Break things like Sash, whatever. I think that's slightly better. Hold on, let me just update that. I think that's slightly better. And this team can be like Venoshock. You know, you turn Venoshock Toxic. It's all kind of revolved around poison. So you have like Erica's revolved around like the Grassy Surge, getting off Grass Pelt on the Good Goat, stuff like that. You know, so Lieutenant Surge's whole thing is Electric Surge with Train Extender on Lantern. We got Electric Cinder, Zeb Striker, Surge Surfer, Raichu, Alolan, stuff like that. Drizzle for Misty, and then I think Brock was the only one I never really did much with. I kind of just, it's like an entry level fight. But yeah. I'm going to do that, copy that, and go to Sabrina. I'm going to do doubles. I haven't done a double battle for a while. When's it going to be released? Probably tomorrow, man. What do you reckon? Just fucking send it. Just release it, bro. Oh, I need to go back to Janine for a second. W511. Cool. All right, so let's fix that up. Tomorrow, for real, why not right now? Let's just do it right now, dude. All right, so let's go back to Sabrina. Okay, so back here. It's gonna be a double battle. How do I do this, man? How the fuck do I do this? I'm thinking like, what if we just drop Frigarath? Because I don't know yet, man. I don't know. Let's go like, I don't know if this is a really strong lead, but I need to do something, right? And DD. Whoops. So again, DDF. Does Zatu do anything in this lead? Like, kind of Surge would be cool. I don't want to go like too much gimmicky stuff. You don't want to be like Hatterene with Trick Room as well. We could have like Hatterene and Gothitelle, one of them. Even both of them with Trick Room. So kind of like, Gives them the opportunity to use, or we just maybe revolve around the Psychic Surge strat. Okay, so the question is like, what does Xatu even off me right now? Let's say you wear Magic Bounce. I'm generally fast. Okay, Expanding Force is kind of cool. So let's have a look at that. Can we do that maybe? Expanding Force, Xatu, maybe if like one wants to kill you. Electric types, you want to get. Might have to bring out the old. Let's have a look at this as a lead. It's already go back to Gen 8, but now let's go look at Indeedee. Let's say Xatu. And you can go Gen 9. I think it still works. It just doesn't. Yeah. Right, so what are we like? Okay, so we're just weak to dark. Bug is whatever. Got a Ghost Mindy, which is nice. So like them leading a dark type's gonna fucking. Is there any like double hitting dark type moves that I'm not thinking of right now? Dark Pulse is single targeting, right? So the idea is that you don't want someone to be able to like come and sweep. Go, oh, it doesn't matter about special, I guess. We want to go, oh shit, dark. No single targeting moves, Darkest Array, Counter Believe, Crunch. Surrender Light Shadow, we could blow Sucker Punch, I guess. Oh, that's right. They can't use Sucker Punch because it negates that. I think there's only like double hitting like dark type moves, which is nice. So what would you do here though? You could do some screens, I guess. Like, what's the most common thing that people want to use? There's not as many special moves as either. Like, you've really got Dark Pulse and Snarl. Snarl is a double hitting move, sorry. So that's something you do have to consider, I guess. But I feel like even one of these dudes having Reflect, like, is that who have Reflect, I guess? Yes, he does. Like, what if we were to do something like Expanding Force, Reflect into, like, I guess, Air Slash. And then something else. I'm pretty sure Indeedee can do, actually, on U-turn is kind of crazy. Kind of feel like Heat Wave's kind of cool too. What if we do like Heat Wave? What would Indeedee do though? You can do the old Follow Me strat. You can do Fake-Out's nice. You know, like Reflect on these guys is kind of cool. Like Fake-Out, Follow Me. I mean, would you just go expanding force here? Do you even get expanding force? Oh, I should probably look at this. Can you... Is that just for both Indeedies though? Oh, there's a female there. What the fuck have you got shift gear? Poison gas? Okay, well your moveset's completely fucked. That doesn't even work correctly. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to fix all this shit up. That's bad, dude. What's going on? Is that right? This is like updated with main. That's so strange. I don't think everything's worked correctly. Because you definitely shouldn't be getting things like lick and magnet rise. That's clearly wrong. So for now, I'm guessing we can just literally go off whatever's in here. I mean, we could go into here too, right? Excuse me. Go DD female. So this is ZA, so the latest generation. Do you get access to... The answer is no. Papa voice is definitely kind of pog. I feel like maybe just psychic. How about like hyper voice, follow me, psychic, bake out. Like it's stab on psychic surge, expanding force, heat wave, air slash reflect on Izatu. So Sabrina being double. So let me just 1 second. What's my cap with Jasmine? Cap is 48. So we have 3 at 47, 3 at 48 because it's an optional. So 47, 47. Oh, you could argue that these two are like weaker mons and that they should be... I do probably like that. I feel like Indeedee and Zatu need the actual level. Probably my Alakazam just for the tank, like, because it's fucking squishy anyway, and the other 3 can be 47s. I know it goes against my OCD of 47, 47, 47, 48, 48, 48, but like if we're leading these two and they're probably like this, the weaker, lower beast team mons, I definitely want them to be a high level. So they're going to be at level cap, same with Alakazam. Alright, let's have a look at Hatterini. Okay, so what can you do with this guy? Magic bounce at the special healer. What's healer do again? And it's kind of cool, but I think Magic Bounce is still better. You're never gonna use anticipation, right? No way. Doesn't gleam. Heal pulse. Oh no, we want to... No, life do's better, because you want to heal yourself as well. I just don't know how Psychic... Oh, well, Psychic Surge, we're going to put Terrain Extender then, I guess, for Psychic Surge, make it viable. Fake it doesn't work in Psychic Terrain, I think. Oh, shit, you're right. Fuck. Jabril to save the day. Thank you, friend. Thank you. How you doing, man? Okay, so Fake Out's got to go. I just thought it'd be kind of nice to be able to... But you can always just follow me, and then this guy can do shit. I feel like Trick Room's got some value still, right? Especially with Gothitelle. But like, do you want Gothitelle to just do that? I wonder if we were to run... I don't know if we should be like doing 2 gimmicks in the one fight. But it also just creates threat to the person to go, well, shit, they've got Psychic Surge up. What's to say Hatterini comes in and sets up Trick Room? You can't just leave Hatterini to sit there. You have to do something about it. You have to blow it up, but then you're ignoring his Xatu, and Xatu could be gone. I'm going to get Reflect up. I'm going to do one of my double hitting moves. So it kind of just makes a player go, well, shit, I can't just do this. I've got to think about both options and what's the most likeliness of this to happen. Whereas if I don't give it Trick Room and I just give it something like an attacking move, generally most of the time the player can just bait a move and then switch. And then that person's like got a free switch in because like they're switching in a Pokemon that resists, say, Dazzling Gleam or Expanding Force or something. Like it could be a Dark type or anything. So like that's the other thing too, is you've got to have like answers for Dark types. So like right now, Dazzling Gleam is fine and Stab. Because like, you don't want to be kind of locked into that, oh, well, I've only got Expanding Force. I don't know what else you could run. You could run like, say, Mystical Fire, but if they have like, if let's say I give access to fucking Incineroar in this fight's kind of cracked, because guess what? It resists Dazzling Gleam. Oh, sorry, it'd be neutral, technically speaking, because it'd be Fire Dark. So it'd be neutral into this, and then it takes nothing from Expanding Force. So yeah, it's just some little things we got to think about. How you doing today, Jabril? Yeah, what if I was to... I think it's mostly the way... I think I might just leave Hatterini set for that, like that for now. I'm going to look at Gothitelle. The other thing too is I have upgraded my Gothitelle as well. That's another thing I'm going to look at. So Gothitelle has been changed dramatically. Because I now have Dark type moves. So what level are you going to be? You're going to be about 47. So you're going to have access up to... You're going to have Dark Pulse for sure. I'd say you could go like Dark Pulse... Psychic. Paycock's kind of useless with Psychic Terrain. We're gonna go Magic Bounce in this one as well, though. We could go like Shadow Tag for fucking memes. Good. I'm glad to hear, buddy. Get that. Like, glad to hear. Could do something like Hypnosis strategies. Wait, so hold up. So Psychic Terrain, let me just think for a sec. So Psychic Terrain. What does it do again? Yeah, high priority moves. Okay, so so what I'd say, could you argue that Hypnosis to create threat is also cool? And then maybe run like, maybe Fake Tears. Like Fake Tears, Dark Pulse, Hypnosis, Psychic. What is your main weakness right now? You're pretty tanky. You're just a little bit on the slower side. But then they're going to like try and prioritize her because she's going to like, Shadow Tag is going to fuck you up, man. You could argue like Leftovers. What if you ran Protect? Protect Leftovers. Is there too much shit happening though? Like you got the opportunity for like Hatterini to Trick Room and heal. You got Leftovers, Gothitelle with Protect, Shadow Tag. You got Xatu potentially setting like Reflect with Heat Wave, Expanding Force. You've got like Follow Me Indeed if you don't kill that early. I feel like this is kind of cool. I just don't want to like overcomplicate it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's have a look at Delphox then. If I could run the Mega Delphox would be sick. Alright, so you're going to just be running, what's the Magician do again? It's still so item off a Pokemon hits with an attack. Blaze just does. I mean, can you just argue Focus Sash is good then? Mystical Fire. Oops. I think this is kind of cool so far. Is there any cheese stuff you could run, like Will-O-Wisp? Everyone's kind of got like one thing, like Follow Me, Reflect, Trick Room Life Do, Protect Hypnosis. Like you could probably be like a... Instead of just giving you like 4 attacking moves and that's it, I kind of feel like that's what Alakazam's going to be. Because, like, Delphox kind of gets walled by, Incineroar at the moment with Mystical Fire Expanding Force. So you could argue that something like Scorching Sands would be nice. Over Shadow Ball. I'd probably say Scorching Sands then. Or maybe Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp like that. Okay, I think we're cooking now. I think we're cooking. I think it's the same one, right? I'm just worried that if we commit so heavily to Expanding Force and Psychic Surge gets changed somehow, then it's kind of pointless, right? I mean, it's still 80 base power. The only thing better than it is Psychic. 10% chance to lower the target special damage by 1. You could maybe argue that it's still probably okay. I haven't even got anyone with Assault Vest at the moment, which is kind of crazy. I'm gonna get Focus Blast. Fuck it. You never know, man. Get those dark types, boys. I think that's it. I think that's it there. How's it looking now, chat? What do you reckon? You reckon I'm looking pretty good? Team looking pretty good, chat. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? I got like Hatarini. I really like running Assault Vest, but they're all like generally strong special defensive mons anyway. Let's just put them in Gothic Town. Alright. So our fight's like pretty kind of shit to bug types. We kind of fuck the ghost types. Like we don't really have a lot to deal with the ghost type. So it could be a very easy cheese fight, I guess. Especially if they get something like Gengar, some strong ghost type as well, like Chandelure, I guess. Never really thought about that. I mean, technically, so no, sorry, that's not right. Technically, Gothitelle is neutral because it's a Psychic Dark type. So it's fine. So you'll have a neutral to Ghost. Be neutral to Dark. It's 4 times the bug, though. But I guess that's the name of the game with these sort of fights, right? You don't really have anyone that's kind of... I mean, we can just fix it up a little bit. Like, what's our main weakness right now? Dark and Ghost. So who's got stuff to deal with them? Dark and Ghost. We got... The Ghost types we do. Dark, not so much, though. Dark types, yes. Ghost types, no. You got alternating moves. You got neutral moves like Air Slash and Heat Wave and stuff, though. Squashy Sands. Do we think we're struggling with at the moment? Like, Gothitelle. Focus Blast, but it's such a cheese move and it could miss too. Just feel like the bug types of shit are pretty strong at the moment. Ghost and Dark on you are fine. Has that you got an answer for the Ghost and Dark types? Alakazam's just technically got like a Focus Blast and Dazzle Gleam, so you're fine. Delphox, not so much. Mystical Fires, whatever. Scorching Sands, whatever. Do you have anything that could maybe help deal with them, I guess? I think you do get access to like Fairy moves like Dazzle Gleam. I think you have to run Dazzle Gleam over something. I'd say maybe that over that, because that was only really a counter for Instant Roar, but Dazzle Gleam gives you coverage for like a lot of dark types and stuff. Which is nice. I think for the most part, it's kind of balanced, I guess. Unless you want to thick Scoffers up a bit more. I don't know what you could do on it though. The only thing you could do is maybe give it a Focus Blast. Or even like Thunderbolt. The only reason I think of that is just like something different. Like if you're getting walled by, it's like you drop Hypnosis for Thunderbolt, and if you're getting walled by a Dark type, then at least you can Thunderbolt, I guess. Or it just forces you to Hypnosis, I suppose. So they got to think about that. I don't mind this at the moment. What's in DDF going to do is the fourth move though. I think we do give it a Dazzling Gleam. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's coverage for Dark types at the moment. I don't really have much else. Now the question is... what do you give an Azatu and a Hatterini if you're going to stick with those items for now? What would you give them? Azatu's a tricky one. Like my obvious thing that comes to mind is just like fucking Calm Berry or something. But you're also weak to ice. Your main weaknesses too are going to be ghost and dark types, so you don't want those guys to just come in and sweep, right? Deterring people from like running a ghost lead though is kind of cool because you can have like immunity and that, but then you're also still weak to dark types. So what if we just ran like a Colbur Berry? Not the greatest item, but it can force a ghost type out, and then they might have to target him. Not that you could do much ghost types in this situation though, which is kind of shit, but you can always follow me though, which is kind of nice. And then it's like an immunity, I suppose. That's kind of cool. I don't mind that actually. I don't mind that. I'm pretty sure it's Colbur Berry, isn't it? Does that shit fucking tell ya? What is it? Berries? Yeah, so Colbur Berry. And then for, say, Hatterini. Your main issue is still going to be Ghost, I guess. Oh, what's Sucky C dude? Sorry, I fucking missed that part. I forgot that we got... I haven't put that on anyone yet, have I? Boost special defense, though. Everyone's already got pretty good special defense. Kind of seems stupid to not run it, though, but... I mean, could you argue that Xatu? Nah, because then the Culpberry can't really go on anyone else. I mean, like, Hatterene is already fucking strong, like, special defensive wise. It's 103. I mean, if he did that, though, like, who is going to attack you, right? Like, you have, like, a high special defense against, like, ghost-type moves, I suppose. Let's go duplicate tab. Let's go in here. We go. What's really common for like Hex, I guess, in a way. Shadow Ball. I feel like ghost type moves that are physical are kind of being more common though, like Shadow Claw, Shadow Force, Shadow Punch, Shadow Sneak as well. I feel like Hex is kind of common though, same with like Omnious Wind and Shadow Ball. And then like Steel type moves. I don't know if that's the way to go. Just run an item on there, like, what's it called? Bright powder, so they can't even hit jump. So the terrain though would be kind of, so I can see it on Xatu is kind of nice, because then use it at the start of the battle, right? Let's see, Xatu. It gives you like a nice special defense boost. You have bounce, and you kind of aren't as scared anymore. Like you're still like 70 defense. What's Hatterene? It's 95. So like realistically, you're still gonna get slapped pretty hard by any dark type move, but Copperberry might just deter them and maybe think about like running electric Pokemon or something like that. I don't know, like it might think of making a ghost type move. But then you have things like Follow Me, which is also nice. Like you can't cover everything. What if I ran something like what's normally common on this guy? What's normally common on so Hatterene? I feel like Leftovers is kind of common. Rocky Helmet Leftovers, interesting. I mean, it does have pretty good defense. So we could do that. I like that a bit more, actually. We have to run Leftovers on this Gothitelle though. Can we do something else, maybe? Rockamit's kind of nice too, I suppose. Actually, don't mind that. I think we're gonna cook with that. I think we're gonna cook with that for now. I think this thing gets bold straight off the bat. Like a tanky as fuck. Zatu, on the other hand, I don't think we can do much with Zatu, to be honest. I think you just want to make it kind of fast, just do its job. So I'd probably just say, because you just expect it to die. We've already got Sash on Delphox. I could give it Sash and Delphox something else, but Delphox even more frail. Say timid. Because I mean, Alakazam's already fast as fuck. You're not gonna need that shit. You can probably just go Mortar straight off the bat. DD's kind of a bit frail though on the defensive side, so you could probably go. You could argue that Relax is okay. Mainly reason for that is because if you ever run a Synergize with Trick Room, it's okay. I think they're all special attackers. I don't think we have any physical. Fuck, I just realized that. I don't have any physical Psychic types. Oops. Weird Air, but who would Weird Air replace? Having two normal Psychic types kind of sucks though, man. But then DDF has to stay because that's the whole point. Could you argue that Delphox could come out, but then you got Psychic Fairy, you've already got Hatterini. I guess you could swap Hatterini out, I guess. And have another fast one, but then you're not really going for this Trick Room strat anymore. Executor could be okay. Hatterini's at 90 attack already. That's fucking crazy, man. What the fuck? We just swap out Hatterini for Rapidash Galam. What does Pastel Val do again? I can't remember. Tripping Hatterini is kind of fucking shit though. I mean, to be fair, Gothitelle kind of fits that same role. Okay, let's have a look. I'd probably say still leave a bold. And then not having that extra mod to heal kind of sucks a little bit too, though. But I don't really want two Pokemon that do the same thing. I mean, the same typing. That's my biggest thing, right? Okay, so it's like a cart. And then what about... What else do you do, though? Okay, play Raft because it's stamp. I mean, hold on. We could actually run this in for Salt Burst. Hold up. Let's give like 4 attacking moves. Like, okay. I'll be able to do something like that. I don't know if it's really much of a mon that gets utilized much, but like if you compare it to say this guy. I don't know, man. I mean, I can give it a go. There's not many physical psychic type Pokemon. Like I had Galay, but Galay's already been used in Chuck's gym. I'm trying my best to not double up on stuff. A Self-Vest will give it like 0.5, so it's like now 120 special defense, which is kind of nice. So you're forced to use like physical defensive moves. It does have kind of like high, low HP, but like Zatu's not that crash shot anyway. Or actually, you know what we could do now? We could fix this up. I can make you 48 and make you 47. Done. That way, Rapidash is like a level higher, so it's not. We're just gonna kind of like reverse it. Normally it's 47 to 48. But we'll get 48s to 47s. Because like these dudes are generally stronger. They don't need the extra level. Yeah. I think that's how we're going to cook it. I think. Make sure Rapidash Galarian's even in there. I'm in the forms. Yep, cool. Rapidash Galarian's done, so that's fine. It just sucks as though, like I feel like I'm just inventing a defensive item that's like Assault Vest, but you can only use attack moves, and just give that instead. That'd be fucking amazing. But I don't know. I feel like there's more special, so we'll just roll with Assault Vest. Natures now. So we've got timid, relaxed, bold, modest. I feel like you want to be timid, but what do you get to Zatu if you give you timid, right? Do you give you something else? Like, mean, you could just argue that you could just give them both timid. Like, who gives a fuck if we got 2 Pokemon with the same ability, right? And then Gothitelle. I really want to give you a defensive nature. I'd nearly see relax as well. Maybe bold. Oh no, you can't have bulk. You're a physical attacker now, so that's good. Now you're gonna be impish. Perfect. Perfect. Cool. Alright, now I just gotta cook it in here. This will be something, I guess. I'm gonna go to, was it 514? One NPC in the game. It's pretty easy, but I just realized I haven't done that yet either. Copy that. Maybe Janine will be Sabrina. Copy that. Change that to 6. Make sure that we did put that 6 is what I mean. Ah, cool. So now I want to basically copy this team 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go 5, boom, 3, 2, 1. Alright, before I keep doing this, I'm gonna go get something to eat, like a little snack, and we'll go from there, shall we? My mic's still going, my music's still going, my stream's still going. Okay, cool. Let's just make sure. I was like, why's it gone quiet all of a sudden? Alright, is what it is, I guess. But yeah, we'll put this team into here. I'll see how we're doing for time. I might dip. It's pretty quiet tonight, I'm not gonna lie. I'm more motivated to do this shit when we're chatting and stuff, but we'll see. I might just do this, finish this off, and then I'll have to do the NPC tomorrow or something. The way Sabrina will be done. Do our 2 trainers for the Jasmine Gym, and then technically Jasmine's Gym's done as well. So we'd have a playable game up to Gym 6. That's pretty fucking exciting. And what I mean by that is that we'd have like all our optionals. We've already implemented our megas. It just means I have to actually put mega stones around the map, or put them in positions that you can get them or buy them or whatever. And yeah. All right, give me like 5. All right, let's do this. Maybe a form for this one. Fuck. Form. Try and extend them. Follow me. Psychic. Goes that to expanding force. Right, reflect. And then S slash. Rebounds. Nature is timid. Okay, so haven't missed anything, but yeah, should be modern with fawn species and DD. I'm going to assume the other one DD is first. I can double check that. Just doing this. Let's go. So DD is that one. And it'll be under form, so that's fine. Okay, so now we want to do rapid dash, which is also going to be another form one as well. One with form. So item is assault. Best. Play rough. Like I said, I don't even know if this is even going to be any good. If it's dog shit, then we just move it on. We do something else. But I might end up having to run this team as what's it call it? As a full special team, which is okay too. But it's like this thing gives you a bit of coverage with like dark types, you know, like fire types, stuff like that. That kind of wall your other moves. And another thing too is I can always give this thing a slight buff. I can give both rapid dashes a slight buff too, actually. Make them a bit more viable, I guess. All right, so then we got 47. Coffee Tell. Got Protect. We've got Dark Pulse. Notice. Psychic. Shadow Tag. Netra's Bode. 47 U2. Doll Fox, we haven't used you yet in the game. Let's go fire, Will-O-Wisp. Expanding Force is nice, first time using it in this fight. Ability is Blaze. Nature is Timid. We're gonna go Alakazam. Adam Alakazite. Focus Boss. Energy Ball. Dazzling Gleam. Expanding Force. Ability is gonna be Trace. And nature would be Modest. It's just weird though, because it's like Modest is fine, but its ability. I mean, hold up a minute. Does it have to be its original ability though? And then it just automatically switches over. Maybe that's. Ooh, I never thought of that actually. Is that right? I might have to look into that, but I'll save it for now. But never really thought about that actually. Excuse me, never really thought about that. Alright, cool. Alright, so it is going to be trains because it's going to Mega Evolve. But in here, I'm going to have to change that to... we'll just go... Let's give him Magic Guard, that'll do. So Magic Guard for you, which means I got to fix up my other guy. But yeah, it's going to be Trace, just to tell the player that it's going to have Alakazam and Trace. I mean, I'll have to look into that. I don't know if the player wants to know what their original ability is. Maybe that might be more important than knowing what its Mega is, because they're going to know what its Mega is, because they can just look it up anywhere online, I guess. Unless I've obviously changed it. I'll have to look into that. That's fine. But I think that's it for the most part, right? Right, so what I need to do now, though, is I got to go to Jasmine's fight now. And I need to find this one here. And I've got to change Steelix. Oh, no, I've already had that set up correctly. Yeah, because in here it should be Jasmine. Yeah, so I've got Sand Force down because that's what its Mega one is, but in here I need to have it set as Sheer Force because that's what its actual ability would be before it Mega Evolves, and then it will change from Sheer Force into Sand Force. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. But I think I've done that, I think I've done that fight, boys. Oh, here we go. I gotta change this one to Sabrina 2. Cool. So that's 6. Yep. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 47, 47, 47, 8, 8, 8. Everyone's Didi is number 1. It's female and Didi. Oh, fucking dude, I missed it. How the fuck do I keep missing shit? How did I skip over that? It's always the ability as well. I don't know how the fuck I do that. Dude, that's sad as fuck, man. Okay, Psychic Surge. I literally missed it, dude. I don't know how the fuck that happened, dude. What the fuck? I tend to do that a lot with abilities and natures. Cool. Danskis. So now... do I want to keep going with this, man? I kind of like you want to go play Rust for a bit and go to bed. Might go do that. Just not to be quiet, and that's fine, but... I just gotta do what I gotta do. Thanks, lad. Alright, well, didn't get too much done tonight, guys, but I mean, I had a good chat with the guys that came in earlier. And we got to cook another team, so we got a doubles. Oh, hold up, that's one thing. I'm gonna change that to no. Oh, sorry, no partner. Double battle. Yeah. Nice. Alright, so it's a no partner double battle, so it's just a single Sabrina. And she will throw out a DDF and a Xatu. And yeah, we'll go from there and see if that team could cook. If it's kind of shit, then obviously... I mean, I don't think it's shit, but it's like, I don't know if it's going to synergize well together. It's just trying to utilize things that are the same typing. I would have preferred to run Hatterini here, but I just don't think having one... I just think that we needed to run a physical psychic type personally. I just don't really have any other options. Otherwise, you'd run Gallade, but we've already used Gallade in the, I believe it was Chuck Fight. I'm pretty sure we used Chuck, didn't we? Yeah, I've already used Gallade here. I mean, I could always just drop Gallade from this fight a different fighting type. And that way Galade could come into this one, which is also something I could do as well. There's not many other options really, unless I start looking in like, you know, Iron Leaves. Like we start looking into your next bracket up. You know, we got Iron Bolt. I mean, like realistically, it's probably like Weirdium, and I'd have to basically drop. I mean, Weirdium is really good though. Like Intim, something I got to think about. It's not a bad option too. It just means I'll be doubling up on typings. I think if this Rapidash doesn't work out, I think we may just drop it for something like Widia. Like you could run like something like Veluza, but Veluza's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of mid in general. It's got like 90 HP, which is nice, but like to have 103 attack, sorry, 103 HP, 105 attack. You have Intim, defensive stats are okay. It's not bad, you know. Like it's not bad. Sabrina, where's Sabrina gone? Like, you know, you could put like a Weirdo in here. Because like indeed he has to be there. It just means that you're like losing that extra typing advantage. Because like having the fairy typing is really good. So that you have a neutral to dark types. But then at the same time, if you go Weirdo, you have another immunity to ghost types, which is kind of cool. And then having an Intimidate Mon with, you know, the other thing you could do too, you could argue is you could maybe just drop Delphox. But then you're just kind of losing that extra speed that you gain from like Delphox, like a Zam and Rapidash. Because like Xatu's kind of fast, it's okay, and then Gothitel's slow. So like if you're gonna drop someone, yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Like what gen's it is like Gen 7, right? It was Gen 8 technically because it's Hisui region. So that you've got Gen 1, you got Gen 2. I always think Indeed is like 6, but it's actually 8. So it's basically 1. What's Delphox? Delphox fucking. What is Delphox? 6? Yeah, so you got 6. Oh man, I'm in special right now. Hold up a sec. I should just go run like fucking Claydol or something in here. That'd be different. Good defensive stats. Run Chimicho Mega. If only I could run the Mega version right now. That'd be amazing, dude. There's other options like Bronzong and stuff too. There's got a few different psychic types. I mean, you could argue that maybe Hisuian. Yeah, so you got Del 6. So you got 6, you got 5. So you're 1, 6, 5, 8, 8, and then 2. Which you could use in, if you're going to say 8 and 8. That's what I'm saying. You could drop Rapidash for something else like Gallade from Gen 4. You could argue something like, I don't think Solrock's strong enough though. I think it's too low a BST. Obviously like a Medicham. But Medicham's very deceiving though. You could run like Medicham with pure power because that's technically 120 attack. Like you could do some cheese shit. Like you could run it with I don't know. Like let's just type something out real quick. You could type in like Medicham. Didn't I just lose it in the last? No, I didn't use it in the last fight. I was gonna say maybe I used it in the fight already. You could do like pure power. I mean, I could do something stupid run like Choice Scarf because it's like at that point in the game we could probably start using these items. You could run like Adamant. Not even that. You probably just run Jolly.
Like even Medicham with pure power and like that sort of stuff, it's still kind of strong, like Zen Headbutt. I guess the good thing about that too is that like if you have a look, if you swap out, because we went Hatterini for Rapidash, right? If you were to drop that though and you went Medicham, it actually gives you a fucking neutral to dark, which is kind of nice. We don't really have a solid answer for bug types and dark types at the moment, which is what sucks. But that's the reason why Rapidash was there. Because it kind of breaks up the autonomous, I guess, from the dark types. But this is where it comes in too. Like, we might be thinking about dropping the one Pokemon that we don't like. The other thing too, sorry, is that Gothitelle is actually neutral. Because who's a psychic dark type? Is there any psychic dark types in this game, like at all? Yeah, so Malamar. So you put Malamar there. Yeah, Malamar is neutral. That's 4 times the bug. So like bug types would be kind of cracked in this fight, not gonna lie. But then bug types kind of, you have answers for bug types too, though. You've got like Heat Wave, you got fucking Mystical Fire. I don't know, man. I feel like maybe. So sorry, that's the Gothitelle. So the Gothitelle at the moment is only weak to Fairy and to Bug, which is nice. Then you have Rapidash Galarian. Rapidash. Yeah, so think of Rapidash, who is also neutral to Dark. You're only weak to Fairy and Bug. So you wouldn't have that. So there's only 4. But we just don't have like an actual natural dark resistance, I suppose. And that's the tricky part. The only way you're going to get that is if you get, well, yeah, a Fairy Psychic type, but that's pretty much it. That is like your options. It's either that, Gardevoir. You're not going to fully stop it, I don't think, which is why we're just going to have to run things like Culpa Berry and stuff. But I feel like maybe Xatu could be dropped. You could run something like Medicham. But like, I feel like Psychic Surge Expanding Force is way stronger, I think, as a strategy. So, I don't know. We'll just have to see how this shit plays out for now. And yeah. All right, guys. Well, I take silence as everyone's going to sleep or whatever. I might just leave it there. It's been a fucking long week. I'm going to try and get up a bit early in the morning, hopefully. Yeah, it's only, I know it's only a short stream, but yeah, hopefully we'll get some more people in the next few days. And yeah, I'll continue what I'm doing. But yeah, we've got Sabrina fights done for now, at least. I will then, and I can always just buff Rapidash, right? Like, what's Rapidash doing? So I'm just getting sidetracked here. Where's Rapidash? Galar. Because the problem with Rapidash too is it kind of sucks only having like, Anticipation's dog shit. Runaway's crap. Like, Flash Fire Flame Body is way better. You could argue that maybe you just like leave Runaway there because it's like one of its signature thingos, and drop and get rid of Anticipation for something else that's a little bit more viable. Like something like Sharpness is kind of cracked, but I don't want to just default to everything getting Sharpness because like Sharpness on things like Psycho Cut's really strong. I don't think you get much else in that regard. I mean, like recall moves kind of cool, I guess. Or like it lets a Steel type move in Smart Strike. Like what? Anyway. All right, guys.
Catch you later. Thanks for watching. If you're liking, I'll see you next time. Peace.